So here we are, club racing at its best. This is the A final GT12. We have Ian out in front of Bish, but Bish is putting the pressure on. He's all over the back, but Ian's holding his lines, keeping it tight. Is there any room for Bish to get through? Ian again, keeping it nice and clean, but Bish is getting closer, lap by lap. Is he going to have a go? A little mistake from Ian, but not enough for Bish to get past. He's closer this time, coming into the end of the track, but still no space to get past. Ian looking quick through there, but he's gone a little bit wide. There is a slight gap starting to appear. Is this going to be Ian's chance to get away from Bish, or is Bish going to carry on with the pressure? Again, Bish has been fast through this section of the track. He's all over him, tries to get up the inside, almost, but there's the move up the inside. It's lovely, he's got away with it. He's off down the track. What a race this is. This is club racing at its best. GT12 action here at MK. What a race. Hello, welcome to Pop Along RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing. And that little clip at the beginning of this video is a fine example of how amazing club racing can be. And this video is a little bit about club racing. Now, that was the A final of the GT12s at our local club. And they are some of the best drivers. Many of the drivers at our club do race on the national circuit. However, club racing isn't just about pro racers. It's also about getting new blood into the hobby, into the sport, and getting new people trying out RC car racing. At the Milton Keynes Club, they have a novice class, and there's no rules in terms of the car. You can run a GT12, you can run a Mini, you can run a Tamiya TT01, you can run an FTX Banzai. Basically, if you've got an on-road car, you can run it in the novice class for a few weeks to see how you get on. And then once you've sort of learnt the basics, you can move up and race in your relevant class. My son's been racing for a while now, and he was running in, not the novice class, the next tier up, which is the Tamiya TT01 racing. And he had quite a good run in his B final. So what I thought I'd do, rather than show you sort of top level racing, I'll show you some typical club racing, and hopefully it'll give you the confidence to come along to a local club and give it a go. So let's take a look at the B final TT01s. Okay then, so we're about to go. B final Tamiyas, and they're off. Got the marshal, he's in a race. Is he going to make it to the first turn before the cars? I don't think he is. And they are off. AJ's up to second straight away, but he's had contact, then he's over the barrier back in third. So we have AJ and Leo, and then we have got, this is where our race is going to be, I think. They were having a good race in practice and qualifying today, so let's see if they can get past each other without too much contact. They're trying to share the same bit of track. I have said to AJ, he needs to be patient. It's when he gets a little bit excited, when he's too close, he kind of pushes his way through rather than taking his time. So at the moment, Leo's got away from him, but hopefully he's going to give AJ the opportunity just to get into a rhythm. And when you're racing at this level, having the confidence to know that those around you, they're probably not going to be able to do 5 minutes with zero mistakes. So you're better off just to sort of take your time, put together some clean laps, and there is a chance that the people in front of you are going to make some mistakes. And if you can make less mistakes than your peers, you are going to win. So AJ's negotiated that nicely, and now he's caught up with Leo and actually our race leader. So this is almost a race for the lead now. We're getting caught up in a little bit of traffic. Again there, if he'd taken his time and gone through, he would have been in upper position. Nicely done up the inside there. I have actually limited the speed on AJ's car, so it is running a little bit slower. There we go, a little bit of Tamiya action, super competitive, fun racing for all abilities. And where do I sit at Milton Keynes? Well, I kind of sit in the middle. I would be top end of the TT01s and middle to bottom of the GT12s. But the car that I'm running at the moment is something a little bit different, and that is the Corrali SSX 125, which we have set up. I say we because Mark's got one as well. We've set these up as LMGT3 cars. Now, they are very similar to a GT12. and I was running with the GT12s today. The only difference is really they run control tyres, front and rear, so it's the purple striped tyres. They're also running a 25-turn brushless motor with a 2S battery, whereas the LMP cars and the GT12s run a 1S battery and 1S ESC. There is another class in the UK that runs 25.5-turn 2S brushless, and that is the Minis, and we're going to have a look at those in a bit. But as for me, I was racing and qualifying in with the GT12, so let's see how I got on. So the track layout today was quite challenging actually. So as you can see, this end of the track, lots of switchback hairpins, and here, rather than having a sweeper off the end of the straight, there was a tight chicane. So this really did test the handling of the car. Nice and tight through on that lap. I was hitting my apexes, but this wasn't happening every lap. I was missing the apexes, and I'm kind of pushing a little bit too more, running deep out of the turns. As you go through sort of the day at Milton Keynes, the track starts in the morning with almost no grip, and obviously we're using additive on our tyres, and what happens is the cars lay down additive on the track and the grip levels come up as the day goes on. So as you can see on this track, you can probably just about make up a racing line that's coming on to the track. But the car was behaving itself, it was performing well. In terms of speed, I was paced pretty similarly to the GT12s, so down the straight we were pretty even. I think through the tighter turns though, the GT12s don't have the same control tyre as the LM GT3, so I think their front end, they've got a little bit more grip, whereas I was understeering. So the way I sort of remedied that was to play around with additive. Now in the final, I didn't race against the GT12s. I went up against Ian's LMP. As you can see here, he's not running the control tyres at the front. Reason being is they're out of stock at the moment. You can't actually get them. So I went on the Schumacher website yesterday, and you can't get the purple striped tyres, which is a little bit of a problem for the class. The other car that I was running up against was a Batcave Joker. Carl races a pretty high level. He's also been at Rug Racers racing there, but in his Batcave he's running an Orca brushless system, and then he's got the surplus Rocket 25.5-turn motor in the back there. You can see gearing mesh wise much bigger, much chunkier on these Minis, and they're supposed to be quite hardy. Originally these Minis were a beginner class, but with the brushless tech in them and the 2S batteries, they definitely are not a beginner class anymore. They are absolutely rapid. So he's running the newer chassis, actually the 2.5 as opposed to the 3, and this car is super quick, super nimble. Starting on pole in the final, he and Ian got away and they had quite a good race. As for me, I was kind of left in their dust, so I have got work to be done. So in terms of close racing, I think that A final of the GT12 was the most competitive race on the day. Lots of mini battles going off all over the place. And for me, watching Bish and Ian race was fantastic. They really did put on a show. In terms of the club, we had lots of different drivers of all abilities. So hopefully this has given you an insight into just how diverse the sort of a race meet can be, and hopefully you've got the confidence to pop down to your local club and give it a go. However, there was one car on the track today which caught my eye, and I had to go and find out a little bit more about this absolute stunner. Let's have a look at your car then, because that is very cool. I'm liking the sticker on the back, by the way. That's very cool as well.
It's not bad, is it?
But what chassis have we got here?
MO3.
Oh, turn it over. Let me see. I do love an MO3. Look at that. I'll tell you what, it's almost looking brand new, that.
It's not bad.
It's not in bad, because you can't get these new anymore. So that is actually in great condition.
Thank you very much.
And what's is that a 25 or is that torque tube? No, it's going round nicely. Do you know what? I think I might have to get my one out. Yeah, have you got the oil-filled shocks on the back as well?
Certainly have.
Oh, very nice.
Springs.
Do you know what? I think I need to get my MO3 out. Maybe we should get them going again down here. And I need to get myself the new mini shell now the MBO1's out.